guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I got a very entertaining email that was sent from a subscriber. This is a guy, sounds like he's in his early 30s, and shares his story that just happened a few days ago, how he dumped and blocked his now fiancée after discovering her bucket list. And when I say bucket list, I'm not talking about, the movie with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson where they went on adventures, bucket list, go to Kenya and go on safari and see the zebras and elephants, or hang glide over some amazing place, or a hot air balloon over Monument Valley. No. I'm talking about a bucket list that involves a whole lot of dudes and her doing a lot of things with these dudes. That type of thing. And understandably, this guy is done with her. However, as you can also imagine, it has set off an entire SHIT storm with her friends and all that, and has become a big giant fiasco. And so, because this guy's blindsided by this whole thing, he wanted to know my advice and your advice how to handle this situation moving forward. And because he thinks he's absolutely crazy, which I agree. And he actually uses the word being terrified of her, that she may do something, well, you're going to see. So that'd be definitely a good one to go over here for all your relationship guys. And once again, backing up why you have to always pay attention to red flags. And if you think your girl, I don't care how great she is so sweet and innocent, that you don't check up on her and do your homework, you could be in for a world of hurt. So he says, hello SSM. In many of your videos, you said that some of your viewers write their stories as therapy. I need that right now. My story is shorter than most, and I don't have any updates. My friend, I read this while I was having my coffee this morning. There is no way there aren't going to be events that occur after this that aren't going to have updates. Trust me. At least not yet, because this happened last Friday. It might be too soon to tell my story, but I have to get this out. I'm sorry if there are any mistakes. I'm writing on my phone, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and my mind is all over the place. So guys, our guy here needs our help, because he is really, really going through a lot of shit. So I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years now and proposed to her on January 14th of this year. Smack! 3 years and you're proposing? I would have waited longer. And as you're going to see, guys, you're going to see why I say he should have waited longer. My girlfriend, Dextra, 32-year-old female, fake name for very obvious reasons, seems perfect. She was sweet, charismatic, loving, and intelligent. Well, her loving was also directed at a whole lot of other dudes. Her face isn't that pretty, but her body is easily a 9. Her charisma, combined with her body, made her attract a lot of male attention. Yep. Regardless, I never worried about her cheating because she never gave me a reason to suspect her. Smack! Gentlemen, I'm sorry to say that one has to always... It's like the saying from Ronald Reagan, trust but verify. You gotta pay attention. If there's anything that you learn from all the stories I've gone over from dudes in their stories, you gotta pay attention and dig. One of Dextra's annoying traits was her inability to delete emails. She was subscribed to every mall, fitness instructor, shop, vegan recipes, and anything she could come in contact with, and never delete the 80+ daily spam emails that she received from them. As a couple, we love going to the movies, concerts, shows, and other types of events. When you buy those types of tickets, they are usually sent to your email. After the 10th time, she flipped out about not finding the ticket in her inbox. So she's very disorganized. Except she's very good at organizing other things, as you're all about to see. So I devised a way to fix it. I showed her how to click a star in the email, and I told the moment the mail arrived, she just need to click the star on anything important. A few days before the event, she can just check the folder, and all her important emails will be there. She loved it, and that system worked wonderfully for over a year. Last Saturday, we had an event planned. By Tuesday, I already asked Dextra multiple times to send me the tickets so I could coordinate the entire day and save us all the searching on the event day, and she did nothing. On Friday, I texted her again asking for the tickets, and she answered that she was busy and would send them later. So already I'm sensing disrespect from her. She's obviously disorganized and a bit of a slob. And this guy's obviously the organized one, and he's like, could you send me the stuff? Okay. Later on, can you do it again? We're getting close here. I'll do it later, I'm busy. You can already tell. I knew that would be unlikely, so I texted her not to worry. I would go into her email and download the tickets directly to my phone. Right after I texted her, I logged into her email and checked the starred folder. So here's what's interesting. What we're about to find out here, or what our guy discovers here, and again, I'm sorry for what he discovers, the fact that he knows their email and password. Now, I don't know if he already had it, or she just let him know that right now he's not mentioning this, but regardless, it's interesting that he gets that information. So I logged into her email and checked the starred folder. There were the tickets for the event, a hotel reservation we had for August, other events, and an email she emailed herself titled Bucket List. I suppose it was an actual bucket list and thought it would be a great idea to check it out. That way I could surprise her in the future by doing things she always wanted. I had no clue how that bucket list would change my life, and not only in the way it changed Morgan Freeman's life. Now, this would be the part where if he posted this on Reddit, people would start yelling at him for snooping in her email and her folders. But as you're about to see, guys, it was certainly, thank God he did this. And also, trust but verify. So I opened the email and the attached Excel file. While I was expecting to read a list of going skydiving and things like that, I read a list of all the men that she had SCX with. So it isn't just a bucket list of shit she wants to do, but things that she has done, or individuals she's done. I'm talking about an Excel sheet with names, all the dates she's been with them, how far they've gotten, 1 to 10 scores, and their effing relationship status. Yes, there are a lot of married men or men in relationships in there, and finally, how they met. Wow. The list had, wait for it, 83 men, and at least 20 overlap with our relationship. This poor bastard. Remember the beginning? What was his exact words? I had no reason to suspect her. You all heard it. Something like that. Trust but verify, guys. You have to. It's so sad. I'm sorry, man. This is terrible. 3 years of your life with her. You're engaged. You thought you had a great thing going. And here's this. The fat, ugly married coworker was there. The friend she assured me I shouldn't worry about was there. Men she met at bars, on cheating sites, online ads, Instagram DMs, friends of friends, husbands of friends, and the list goes on and on. He said husbands of friends. She's hooking up with her friends' husbands. This chick is psycho. The list was so appalling and sick that I could have offed her, and the judge would have granted me mercy. The entire list made me feel like getting run over by a Decepticon. Transformers fan. But the one entry that killed me was XXX, January 14, 2024, fingering/kissing, 5+ single Uber driver. Isn't January 14th the day you told us in the beginning that you proposed to your girl? That meant the whore got fingered by the Uber driver on her way to the restaurant where I proposed. I proposed to her and she cried, kissed me, and told me how much she loved me and said yes. All the while, she's had traces of another man's digits inside of her. That's some Dexter's level of psychopath. I think Dexter remembered she had a fuck list in the same folder because the moment she read my text telling her I was getting the tickets, she sent me dozens of texts asking if I'd already opened her mail and leave it like that. Too late, honey. She sent a text telling me not to go into her mail. She had her vows there. I'd see a surprise gift that she got me. Oh, he found a surprise, all right. Her sister sent her a very personal email, etc., with all her effing horseshit. I didn't answer, so she called me. When I picked up the phone, I could hear the panic in her voice. She asked if I'd opened her mail. No, what are you talking about? I wanted to go tell her to go fuck herself and never call me again, but she was too much of a psycho to cut her off without ensuring my safety first. I lied and told her I was talking to Alex, my best friend, and hadn't gotten to check the tickets, but I would check them now. She told me not to worry. She was done with the meeting, and she'd get the tickets. She sounded so relieved it made me nauseous. I hung up, saved the Excel file on my phone, and emailed to myself. I'm glad I did because a few minutes later, she texted me saying she got the tickets, and I rechecked her email, and the bucket list was gone. So, oh my God. Well, here's the thing. Did she have qualities before that made you think she was a psycho, or was it then just seeing the Excel file and all the different dudes that she was doing and the fact that they were sometimes boyfriends or husbands of friends of hers even? Is that what made you really connect the dots and see how nuts she is? Evil, narcissistic, all the things you can throw at her? The one lucky thing I got, my favorite, is that I live alone. She tried to move in with me since our first year. First year, huh? Uh-huh. On her first attempt, she said her landlord wanted to sell her apartment. Her roommate was stalking her, and her mother got sick, and she needed to save money for her surgery, and so on. She was just lining up the excuses. After a year seeing that I would not give in no matter how much and how many mysterious reasons she had for moving in, she dropped it. She did bring bags and other things with her, saying it was just for the night, but every time she tried to leave her stuff behind, I would pack everything up and hand the bag back before she left, and she hated that. Well, maybe that should have told you something. Now, as many of you guys are well aware, women tend to mark their territory. They'll come to your apartment or your house, they'll leave shit behind on purpose to mark their territory, particularly if, say, you're in the dating stage. You're going out with other people, she's going out with other people, whatever, and she knows there's going to be chicks over there. They're going to leave shit behind on purpose to mark their territory. And then later on, when you're exclusive, she leaves shit behind. That way, if anything goes wrong, she has a reason to come back. I mean, seriously, it's on purpose. I live in a pricey building that uses electronic keys on an app that starts with L and has 24-hour security in the lobby. From my phone, I was able to remove all access she had to the building. She can no longer use her code to enter any public areas and cannot open any doors, including my apartment. I called the lobby and told them that Dextra was no longer allowed inside and to call the police if she refused to leave. I admit I'm terrified of her. Smack! Snap out of it, dude. Okay, yeah, she's nuts and she's sick and she's evil and all that. And when I say sick, not like a way to excuse her behavior, but she's a piece of crap. But terrified of her? Be careful and all that, but I don't want to hear this I'm terrified shit. Be vigilant, handle it right. Don't let her have that power over you. Anyone capable of doing things on the list while acting completely normal and in love is capable of doing hostile types of crap. Well, then I guess all the gals in these stories I covered are psychos, and we can all definitely agree on that one, because plenty do have multiple affairs and all these things and hide their secret life, meanwhile acting all perfect, So after making sure everything was secured and she had no way to get in, I texted her a screenshot of the list, told her we were over, and blocked her. Good for you, bro. Now, notice, guys, you haven't heard anything about him breaking down and crying and everything like this. A lot of guys, either they break down emotionally and cry and they hide in their room, or guys immediately go on defense mode and self-preservation mode. That's what this guy's doing here. I called Alex and told him everything. He said, I knew I wanted to hurt her, but I need to be smart. Yes, dude. No one can blame you for wanting to get even in some capacity, but you don't want to end up in prison. Legally smart. He said, I should tell people what happened, but to never attach my name to anything that would publicly humiliate her. I could print copies and leave them anonymously at her parents' house if I wanted to, but nothing traceable because courts are absurd and full of idiots who could turn all this on me for just being a man. There's a lot of truth to that, and absolutely you need to control the narrative, as humiliating as it is. Your family needs to know, your friends need to know, mutual friends need to know. If you like her family, they need to know. Later that day, I got a call from the lobby telling me Dextra arrived. They tried to call the cops, but she was gone now. I thanked them and asked them to let me know she returned. I knew the moment that she switched from trying to contact me to telling everyone I left her, because I got a lot of texts from her friend group telling me that I was a monster for leaving Dextra, for having a past. Having a past is more like her fucking present. Are these friends aware of all the details here? Well, we're going to find out in a moment. I suppose that's the lie she came up with. I refuse to answer anyone. Good. Do not engage them. Block every single fucking number. I texted my family and told them Dextra cheated on me and to please block her. I said that I was doing okay and would turn off my phone to get some rest. Anyone who needed anything or wanted to check on me could call me on my work phone. Only my family and 3 best friends have that number. I'm kind of shocked she doesn't have that number, man. So the next morning, Alex arrived with some food my mother sent me and with some edibles that he got. Yeah, I'm sure you could use the edibles right now to calm down. For the next 2 days, we spent on edibles, printing copies of the list, crossing the names of all the men we knew she slept with, crying, and that one was just me. Bro, there's no shame in crying. I mean, what she did to you was terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's okay, guys, to cry. Just don't let them see you cry. Go to your room, close the door, make sure nobody's listening, and you got to let it all out. Let it out. It's healthy, really. It was eating pizza, shrimp, trying to play ping pong, and watching Eddie Murphy movies. I love that man, and I know unhealthy as hell, but I needed to numb myself at least for a few days. Bro, for a few days, you got to do what you got to do. I'm okay with that. You should watch the stand-up comedy Eddie Murphy Raw. And you guys are probably my age up have seen that, or Delirious. That was his first stand-up comedy. Oh, him talking about women, particularly in Raw. Half! You all know what I'm talking about. So yesterday evening, Karen, one of Dexter's most self-righteous friends, came to my apartment and started banging on the door. Hold on. How is she in your fucking apartment building? How did she get through? Well, we'll find out. That's when I realized my mistake. I told the lobby not to let Dexter in, but I forgot to ban her friends as well. She's been here before many times, so whoever was in the lobby saw no problem letting her in. Well, she's probably good looking and probably could sweet talk, but what are you going to do? List like 20 fucking people to security? I mean, they're going to be like, Jesus Christ, dude. They should have it just, nobody's allowed past the lobby unless they have the permission. One of my buddies lives in this fantastic gated community not far from where I am. And you can't get in there until you go up and you show them your ID and you say your name and you're the guest of such and such and they check you out. Oh yeah, that's what should be done here. So I opened the door, but covered the entrance with my body so she couldn't walk in. Why'd you open the door? Karen screamed at me that I need to stop with my male toxicity and that Dexter loved me and would never do anything to hurt me. Bitch, have you seen the list? By the way, you never argue with a drunk or a fool or crazy. I told her about the list and she said I was being stupid. A lot of women have a list of the men they slept with, and since it's her body, it was her choice to do whatever she wanted. Okay, it's her choice to cheat on me like 20 plus times, and not to mention hook up with her friends, boyfriends, and husband. Is that her body, her choice? Does that fall into that category? And call me crazy, gentlemen, but call me old-fashioned, but I don't want to have a girlfriend that carries around a list of dudes that she slept with and did things with. I mean, get the fuck out of here. I needed to stop being so, wait for it, gentlemen, guess the word, insecure. Talk to her and fix things because I'll never find a woman as wonderful and loving as Dexter. Well, I certainly hope so. I told her the list was not the entire problem, but many of the things she did were sick, and a lot of the names overlapped with our relationship. She froze. I guess Dexter didn't tell her the whole story. Shocker. Karen opened and closed her mouth several times, trying to figure out what to say. If she cheated on you, then she must have done something to deserve it, she said. Oh, for God's sakes. Again, there you go. It's always the guy's fault. I told her to hold that thought and went to get one of the copies. I printed on the list and it says XXX April 26, 2024. I read out loud, picking the last entry under the name kissing/fuck/came inside. And 8, married. Karen's husband. This chick, I think she's going to be silent now. I finished reading it and gave her the list to her. Karen read the list and her hands started to shake. She looked like I did when I first read it. White, unstable, and 2 seconds away from puking. And she says, "The bitch fucked my husband." She kept saying repeatedly while reading the list. She started to cry and asked me, how could he do that to her? And I told her, if he cheated on you, then you must have done something to deserve it. Awesome. That's what she said to him. Then I closed and locked the door. Karen stayed outside the door, screaming and crying until security dragged her out. I told him to refuse entry to anyone who wasn't my family or Alex. Oh, SSM, I thought I was angry and bitter, but all my hatred was nothing compared to how Karen snapped. Well, guys, you're about to hear about the Hell Hath No Fury. A couple hours after I gave Karen the list, she posted a copy of on every social media platform and tagged the wives, girlfriends, and family members of the men she recognized from the list. She then sent to Dextra's boss, family, friends, and everyone she could think of. I was also added to the email. That woman would have sent that list to the Pope if she had his information. And now I'm here confused, hurt, and writing this, unsure what to do. You have to do anything. You already broke up with Dextra. You already blocked her. Everybody now knows what's going on. She did your work for you. You don't need closure. I would just make sure you sleep with one eye open for a while. Before anyone starts calling me an idiot, I'm not uncertain of what to do with my ex. Fuck her. I'm unsure with how to get away from the tsunami of madness coming my way. I've yet to turn on my phone or check what happened to Karen's email thread. A part of me wants to see Dextra's downfall, but a part wants to block everything out and never look back. What would you do? What can anyone do in this situation? Thanks for your time and your therapeutic videos. God damn, dude. That's one of the crazy ones I heard in a while, and certainly the entertaining ones. Well, not that I get myself in this situation at this point in my life. Maybe 20 years ago I might have got myself in this situation. Bro, you did what's done is done. You're allowed to break up with her. You're allowed to end your engagement with her. And you blocked her. You're done. She knows what she did. And now everybody on earth, and I'm sure the Pope is going to know pretty soon too what she did. And that's that. Now, yeah, you're going to get a tsunami of texts and emails ranging from I'm so sorry and crying and begging to calling you an a-hole and all that. You got to open up your phone. You got to glance at them or just delete them. But you know what? The hell with them. If your family and the people most important you know the truth, okay, let her be angry. Let her hate you. But I would watch out, certainly. And obviously, the scared in your building knows to not let her or anybody else in. But she's got bigger fish to fry than you right now because all the people that her friends that she's hooked up with their husbands and boyfriends and all that, she's dealing with them. Let her. End of story. That's what I say. But for you, I say, okay, you have your time to grieve, and you're going to be grieving for a while, my man, because 3 years is no small number to be with somebody and get betrayed. And going forward, man, you probably won't want to have a girlfriend for a long time. You need to work on yourself. I always say that. Join a gym if you don't exercise already. Exercise multiple times a week. Get moving. If you don't exercise, go for a walk. Get out there. Spend time with the people that truly you know have your back and care for you, your friends, your family. And this whole ordeal is going to show you who really is on your side. If you got anybody else like their friends or your family saying, give her another chance or some crap, then you know they're not on your side. And take it one day at a time. And then take a look at yourself to see, re-examine your actions over the last 3 years of how times when you let things slide or just, things that maybe you didn't think were a big deal, were a big deal. Re-examine everything. And it's going to be natural to analyze everything and try to figure out where you went wrong. What was it about her that attracted you in the first place? Why was it that you didn't do some digging? These types of things. So that one day you don't make a mistake getting involved with someone like this in the future. Now, it's very possible that you did a hell of a lot of things right and she was just that good at covering her tracks. Sadly, that happens. But I'm sure looking back, there are some things that you could learn from, and hopefully this won't happen again. But as I can tell, you're a relationship guy, but goddamn, dude, I can see why you found my channel. So, bro, take it one day at a time. Do not engage with her. You have no reason to engage with her or deal with her or anything like that. Obviously, cancel any plans you made. You're going to take a hit from any, whatever wedding plans you had. You're not going to get deposits back and stuff like that. But that's a small price to pay versus marrying her and what you eventually pay in divorce and alimony and all that down the road. So you dodged a big one before marrying her, and I'm sorry it happened, but plenty of men have gotten through much, much worse and lived to tell the tale. So, bro, good luck. Take it one day at a time, and I guarantee you, in this shitstorm, there's going to be updates. And if it brings you therapy and helps you along to share your story, then by all means, down the road when there's more to tell, send it in. And I'm sure the guys here will be more than happy to, A, listen to your story, and B, offer advice to help you get through this, because we're all helping each other out here. So, gentlemen, all you guys in the comment section, if you want to hear updates to this guy's situation and Crazy Dexter and all her wacko friends, Put it in the comment section. Let them know. The more you guys say it, the more likelihood they'll do it. There you go. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.